What is up, Heifas and friends? Welcome to another episode of Triple J coming at you on this beautiful Saturday morning. Today, we are going to go to Domu. That's right, we are getting our ramen on, and Domu is one of the top places to get ramen in Orlando. They have two locations. One is in East End, going toward downtown Orlando. The other is located in Dr. Phillips, which, for those of you all that may have heard of Dr. Phillips or be familiar with Dr. Phillips, that is actually close to Universal Studios, which I thought about going to Universal after going to Domu, but there's a lot of other things I have to do today. And none of that really matters because we are going to eat well, right? Now, I have been to Domu before, but I've been to the East End location once. I've never been to the Dr. Phillips location, and they have brunch. So I am looking forward to seeing what that is all about. Brunch is on Saturdays and Sundays from 11 a.m. to 2. I highly recommend that if you're in the Orlando area, check it out. Check out Domu. Again, East End. It's awesome. This is the first brunch, so I will let you all know how it goes. And just to let you know as well, Domu is short for a dream come true. So hopefully Domu is going to make all of our ramen dreams come true. Let's go. All right, y'all. So as I mentioned, it is a beautiful day. It's still pretty chilly and cool here in Florida, but I am totally okay with that. I love the cooler weather. It's not super hot. It's not humid. It oscillates between the 40s and 50s. Right now, I think we're in the upper 50s. So to me, that is perfect weather. And let me show you what Domu looks like. So it is in this plaza in Dr. Phillips. And let me tell you, this plaza has a lot of great eats. For example, Bar Taco is a popular restaurant that I have been to, which is awesome. But you see Domu located right here. And what I think is great about this location is that there's actually parking. So let me zoom around because the East End location, though there is parking, it's very limited. And anytime you're parking downtown, it's going to be a little bit more of a struggle. So I appreciate the fact that I can come to the Dr. Phillips location, get some good parking, and go ahead and walk on up. So let's go in. I don't know if there is a huge wait. And this is the other benefit I think about going to the Dr. Phillips location is that I don't think it's going to be as crowded as East End. And here is the time of the brunch. And let me correct myself because this actually says from 11 to 2:30. I thought it was 2, but you have your times right here when you can join in and get brunch. Thank you. And look at how beautiful this bar is. Back to our seat. Thank you. Okay, y'all, so I've just put in my order and I'm going to show you the menu and flash it right up here so that way you have an idea. The menu is available via QR code, so you can look it up online, especially if you're indecisive like me and you want to give yourself an opportunity because they have a lot of great options. And also, I should have said this in the beginning, how dare I? They have hand-pulled noodles here. So this is legit. This is the business. And this is what I like about Domu. I had a great first experience when I went to the East End location, and the noodles are just so fresh. And when you are really getting a solid bowl of ramen, that's what you want. If you have the option of getting fresh hand-pulled noodles, go for that each and every time. I'm going to start out with the dubstep coffee break, and I'm looking down because I have everything listed out here on my phone. But essentially, it is their take on a coffee cocktail, which I cannot wait to try. Now, want to call out that it is made with a coffee liqueur. It doesn't actually have like a fresh brewed coffee in it, which is all good. We will get our Java any way we can, whether that's through a liqueur or whether it's through the good old-fashioned coffee beans, right? But what is interesting about it is that it also has like a vodka, and the liqueur is a walnut liqueur from Honduras, so I cannot wait to try that out. And then in terms of ramen, I got the Tokyo ramen. That is going to have a fried chicken thigh in it and a whole host of other yummy ingredients. And again, I'll put the description below, as well as get their seasonal chicken wings, which has a hot mustard. Okay, so part of the order has come out, and I cannot wait to show you all. My mouth is literally watering. Here are the seasonal wings. And again, this is made with a hot mustard. And my cocktail, the dubstep for short, has come out. Look at the toasted marshmallows at the top. I cannot wait to try this out. Y'all, I am so excited. And you know what we have to do? Every time we get our drink, we have to cheers. Thank you for joining me on this journey. That is so good. That nutty flavor. And again, it doesn't have actual coffee, but the liqueur is smooth, it's sweet, it's yummy. Nothing tastes bitter about this drink, which I wouldn't expect it to since it doesn't have actual coffee or espresso, more specifically in it. But this is so delicious. I'm gonna tuck into these wings and I'll let you all know what I think. Round one is completed. Let's get into this ramen. And as you can see here, this is the Tokyo. You see the bits of the fried chicken. You have the half egg, saffron, hand-pulled noodles. I cannot wait to get into this. My co-producer got the Richie Rich ramen, and you can see the differences right away, especially in the broth. But this has the katsu pork in it, as well as other ingredients that I'll list below. Y'all, it's time to eat. Peep out this chili oil action. Like, how can you have ramen and not have a bit of chili oil to help bring the whole symphony of flavors together? Now, I've just finished up the ramen and I'm still working on my cocktail here, but let me tell you all, I have such an appreciation for the thoughtfulness here. Like, do you all see that my ramen is in one container and my broth is in another? In case you missed it. Like, thank you, Domu, for ensuring the integrity of my ramen so that way it doesn't get all soggy as it sits in the fridge. Like, I totally appreciate this. And it's touches like this that I feel like separates the goods from the greats, right? Like, the good restaurants would be like, oh yeah, I got you. Like, here's your little container. Like, you're gonna, box everything up yourself. An added touch of a lot of other even better restaurants is that they take the time to go ahead, box everything up thoughtfully for you. I always appreciate that attention to detail. And also, do you all see how busy it has gotten? So within the 30 minutes that we were seated, it started filling up. I say all that to say that, of course, the early bird catches the worm, so the earlier you can get to Domu, the better. And even in their East End location, because parking is premium, it's very limited, I would highly recommend get in where you fit in, because if you wait and, of course, you come toward peak times, it's just going to make it more difficult to keep the Java thing going, right? We have here the Vietnamese soft serve ice cream. And fun fact about Domu, so if you go to the East End location, they also own an ice cream shop. I cannot recall the name of the ice cream shop off the top of my head, so I will mention it here. But they actually have, like, the fish that you can put the soft serve ice cream in that looks like, the fish waffle cone. That's so much fun. And if you, let's just say, if you want to ditch going to the ice cream shop, they still have soft serve in their other location too, and you can just get it in a cone or a cup. All right, everyone. So we have just left Domo. Now we can talk some shit. No, but real talk, Domo is so good. I will say that, like, my ramen had great, like, fried chicken flavor. That broth was brothing, great flavor. I actually think that I preferred my co-producer's ramen. His was the Richie Rich. And I think what I liked about his ramen a bit more than mine, although mine was super flavorful, was that his had that nice, creamy, garlicky taste. So if you are a garlic lover and you love your ramen broth on the creamier side, I definitely recommend the Richie Rich, and it's in the name, right? You're gonna get richer flavors. My ramen, I would highly recommend if you love savory, if you love fried chicken, and we're not talking about Popeyes, girl. We're talking about just that nice, crispy breading, and mixed with, some flavors of garlic. Everything was a little bit more lighter touch. The other thing that I want to call out is, again, with the chicken wings, right? The seasonal wings, that changes up. I love the hot mustard. It did have a little bit of a curry flavor. So if you are not a if you're not a curry person, you are not going to love that hot mustard, because I felt like it tasted less mustardy and more curry. I had a bite of my sister's wings, and hers was like the standard wings that had the sesame seed, which can't recall if I actually showed that one or not. That is really good, and that's a little bit more of like that sweet sauce flavor. So you can't go wrong. The chicken wings are like fried to perfection, super crispy. It doesn't taste like something that's been, like frozen for ages and sitting in the freezer. It's just so flavorful. And, I think in terms of the heaviness of the meal as well, obviously it depends on how much you eat, right? But I don't really feel like my ramen is like super heavy. Like, I'm not walking out of Domu feeling so stuffed. But I also was pacing myself. And of course, you all saw that I had some leftovers. But certainly you can fill up. But it's just one of those things to be mindful of, because Domu's and Dr. Phillips. And if you are someone that is planning on spending some time at Universal, but you want to get something that's really good, that's quality before you go to the park, I would say come here, maybe split some things so that way you don't feel like you need to go take a nap after you're done eating. But you know how sometimes you eat a lot and you get that feeling? It's less of like the itis and more of like that sickly full feeling. Like, you're not going to have any of that here. If you're full, it's that satisfied, I ate a good hearty meal feeling. So with that being said, I highly recommend Domu. Come out. Oh, and like, we didn't even talk a lot about the dessert. So I had gotten the Vietnamese coffee flavor, which, if you have ever had Vietnamese coffee, it's strong, but it's sweet. And the ice cream was definitely symbolic of that. It was very rich. And then it had like the chocolate chips. So it just had like that coffee chocolate flavor going on. I absolutely loved it. We got our Java on today between the cocktail and the dessert. I can't. And the cocktail, again, though it did not have espresso or drip coffee as a base, it had that really nice Honduran coffee liqueur that I highly recommend. The marshmallows, just for show. I like the toasted, roasted look of it, but I tried a marshmallow and then like took a sip of the cocktail, did not like that at all. So it's just fun to look at. But the cocktail itself, without consuming the garnish with it, super delicious to drink. So with that being said, have you liked? Have you subscribed? Have you commented? Do you like ramen? If you do like ramen, what ramen do you typically go for? I'm always down for recommendations. So also feel free to drop in the comments if there are some other places you would like for me to try, especially that are located around the Orlando area. Please shout at your girl. With that being said, I'll catch you on the next journey. Have a good one. Bye.